Greetings, YouTube. Greetings to whoever is taking the time to see my video. This is Tiffany Martinez, and I'm just up, wasn't able to sleep, and I wanted to get started with cutting the fruit. If you have followed my weight loss journey when I would make videos and pictures and all that stuff, I ate a lot of fruit, like a lot of fresh fruit. It's generally cantaloupe and honeydew, but they didn't have cantaloupe in stock when I ordered my groceries. So, and they're not technically in season right now, but it's okay. I figure if you really want to do better, you'll do better. You won't necessarily make excuses like, oh, fresh fruit is too expensive, but it costs, I forget, I think it was like, I'm just gonna say $4, but it could have been a little bit more, because I don't remember if it was $4.20 or something like that per melon. Yes, it is more than it should be. When I started eating honeydew and cantaloupe, I was paying 99 cents per melon, but that was prior to the pandemic. And you know, if you've been following why the crops aren't available, then I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, but I lost so much additional weight because fruit and veggies will fill you up faster than anything else. But the reason why I say making excuses, so I figure if you can pay $4 or more for a bag of Oreos or whatever you like to eat, then surely you can do the same with the fresh fruit. And I had missed eating it, but I was having trouble with my hands and things like that. And so, anyways, I'm back to cutting my fruit, and I'm gonna make my own fruit bowls like I used to do prior to my husband transitioning. So, and speaking on that briefly, since he transitioned, I mean, I'm not gonna not admit it, but I was basically eating my feelings because my husband died. I don't know how else to explain that. Not enough people understand that. So, and with everything that I have going on in my life with the passing of my husband, November 30th, 2021, and then losing my mother the following November 4th, 2022. That's a lot of shit. That's a whole lot of shit to have your life flip literally upside down in a blinking of an eye. So that being said, like I said, I wasn't ashamed or any type of denial like that I wasn't eating my feelings, because I literally didn't care, and I kind of still don't care, but at the same time, certain things just don't agree with my body, period. It just doesn't. And if you've been following my health journey in general, you know that I have a ton of, I wouldn't say a ton, but a lot of issues, chronic issues. Chronic meaning there is no cure for anything. It just is what it is. But when I was using my treadmill twice a day and losing all this weight, I stopped saying that I'm vegan, because vegan is a lifestyle. It's not just, oh, I don't eat meat. It's more than just that, right? So, and I don't say that I think it's pronounced pescatarian, because occasionally I would eat seafood, but I haven't had that in some time. So it's mostly just plant-based stuff. Occasionally I will have some dairy, just mostly cheese, but not cow's milk. Not that. I will have, what do you call it? Almond milk instead. And It's so sweet. But like I said, if you want to do something different, to get a different result, you have to want to do it. You can't just make excuses, basically. So, but like I said, I wasn't ashamed that excuse me, I was eating my feelings because I didn't care, you know. So, but at the same time, I don't want to make myself feel worse and like miserable, but I'm already miserable enough. Like, I'm not going to contribute to the misery. And if you saw, I want to say the previous video, because I'm not sure if I made one in between that or not. The one about that juice that damn near killed me, and that, I was literally on a liquid fast for an entire week. It was like 7.5 days, only able to drink water. And when I finally started feeling better, as I stated in the video, I started to try to incorporate a little bit of juice in my system to try to entice my appetite to come back. It wasn't that the appetite wasn't there, because I was starving. I cannot emphasize that enough. I was starving because I hadn't had anything to eat. And that's when I realized that the juice was the problem. And so, but anyways, on certain topics in my life, I'm a very, very, very private person, even more private since my husband transitioned, Let me just take a little bit more of this off. I just am, for obvious reasons, but some things I'm open about. Like, I've been open about the grief and things that I'm currently going through. So, and I keep hearing various things from various people, like you're still mourning, you're still grieving. Like, how the hell am I supposed to feel? Like, I don't know. And I know I'm not the only one going through this. Clearly, there are other people who have suffered a greater loss, but to me, it's all the same. A loss is a loss. Pain is pain. But to speed up this conversation, I would tell people, unless this is your journey or unless this is your pain, how could you possibly understand what I'm going through? I know people who have lost their parents some 20, 30 years ago, and it still hurts, it still hurts. So, and I was also suggested that, which I won't do that, because I just won't, because it just won't. They suggested that I needed grief counseling, and I'm like, no. Because one, I don't want people feeding off my emotions, which only empowers them to do whatever they feel like they need to do in life. Okay. But recently, this mother-daughter came into my life. I'm just saying, they just came into my life because I needed help in my home and things like that, to bring it back to where it used to be, So, and again, I wasn't going to mention anything to them about what I was going through, because it was like none of their business. I just wanted to keep it strictly professional. And but the I'm just going to refer to her as the mother. She come to find out her husband transitioned December 2021, a month after my husband transitioned. I believe she said that her husband is either was the day before, the day of, or the day after, within those 72 hours of that holiday that some people choose to celebrate, that he transitioned, and it was unexpected, just like my Henry. And so I was like I just felt like that was kind of weird, like kind of like a coincidence, um, but she decided to share that with me, and I just thought so much of that. Like, I mean, granted, people can be lying, but why would they lie on? But people do that, and I didn't look him up or anything like that because it's none of my business. I'm just going to take it for what it's worth, and then. I just told her because I was having a really bad emotional day that day. And she says, well, I lost my mom too. And I want to say that she said it was like within that same year or 2022 when my mother transitioned. And I just got more emotional because I was finally meeting someone that was going through almost very similar situations. The only difference between myself and her situation is, one, she has children. Two, I don't think she's physically disabled like myself, physically, and have any type of handicaps. I don't believe that she does, but she just seemed so genuine about it. But and she actually took the time, stopped doing what she was doing, and came over and gave me a hug. And I'm not really a huggy person with people I don't really know, but it was just like a lot of pressure was building up at that moment. And she was like, yeah. Then that's when she started telling me more about herself, meaning that she wasn't working prior to her husband transitioning, and she literally never worked. And I want to say that the way I'm interpreting, that's not what she said, but I'm assuming because she had has 4 children, she was a stay-at-home mom. But that doesn't mean she's not educated, because she does hold a degree, but she wasn't able to find a job in her particular field after he transitioned. So I can respect all of that, because all of my credentials have expired, and even if they were valid, I wouldn't be able to go back into that particular field. So, like I said, it's nice to meet someone that's going through the same problem as you. Like, she literally understood that, and she isn't the type of person that will just say, yeah, or I can't imagine, because she literally is going through the same thing. And okay. So that was rather, I guess you could say, refreshing, to hear that. And I know some people may see this video and they may say, well, you would meet so many more people if you would go to grief counseling. No. As I said, it's not going to happen. Because grief is nothing that, I mean, unless you're not grieving if you never gave a damn to begin with. That's my thing. And I know several people that are like that, or whatever. So, I just think that it was just, 'cause I always ask, the universe or Yehuda, Governor Yehuda, to only send people in my life that's going to be good for me, not people that will basically try to insult me on the down low. It's like, if you have something to say, just fucking say it. You know, it is what it is. But don't act like you're my friend, because I already know you're not my friend before you step foot in my home. And that's if I even let you in my home. So I want to close out this video really quickly to, I didn't take the time because it was just a YouTube short where the lady, it was two different ones, because two different videos, but they were ladies, so shout out to the ladies that, and I'm pretty sure that they're not the ones who invented it. They most likely saw it to someone else, saw it for someone else, or someone taught them, basically. It was how to properly cut a watermelon to make it easier versus messier, if that makes sense. And it worked the same way, even though I didn't show that on camera. It works the same way. And so they said and they showed it to, I think the video is entitled "Stop Cutting Your Watermelon Wrong." And how I used to cut melons in general, I would split it down the middle in the sink and clean out the cantaloupe. I would clean it out with like an ice cream scooper or something along those lines before I bring it to the table. But now I'm putting it down on a little mat that I actually bought for my plants, so I can repot them whenever that day comes along. And since it's working out really well, so I don't want to destroy my table. It's made from marble, and natural stone can be easily destroyed with water. So, and then I will just do what I'm doing now, but it has been extremely painless for me, and it's been a lot quicker than it ever has. I got my containers lined up, so I'm going to make some fruit bowls and be able to enjoy the fruit. So, this is how they explained it for those who may be interested. You just get you, I was going to use a serrated knife, but this one works pretty well too. And you just cut off each end so they'll be flat. Then and so just so it'll be flat. And then take off the skin. And that's what I did with the honeydew, because that was going to be a test, because I get very exhausted very quickly with a little bit of whatever I may do, and I just get exhausted, like drained. Sometimes just walking from my bedroom just up to the kitchen, I am exhausted. Like, you would think I have been on my feet, or or walking through the desert without water for days. That's how exhausted that I would feel. So this just works out. I mean, social media, even though I don't have a social media and YouTube can be very, very, very beneficial if you're seeing the right stuff, So now that you can see that it's flat on the bottom and on this part too, now I will start cutting away the skin. And I don't have one of those fancy YouTube channels where they can speed up the video, but you can pretty much see how easy it is to remove the rind, skin, and or flesh. And then once I get all that off, I'll be able to do the same as with the honeydew, except since this is seedless, I won't need to remove anything other than this. And it smells so delicious. And I'm always looking for anything that's going to make my life easier, like anything. And so all you will need is a really good knife, obviously the fruit, and a couple bowls, and a area to cut. But in their videos, they're obviously standing up because I don't think they have any issues like back problems or anything like that. So, oh, you probably want to put down something if you're doing it from your table so you don't make such a mess, and have a couple bags ready to catch your stuff. Really nice. I did order today, maybe about an hour ago, some cantaloupe, which I hope is in stock by the time they pick my order. So, and I'm just taking advantage of my, I wouldn't say free time, but the time that my body isn't screaming. So I may just entitle it there, how to cut melons, or yeah, probably something like that. And how to cut melons and quickly, safely. And I think I did pretty well. I'm just leaning over to make sure you can see it a little bit. I think I did pretty well. With that, and I used to have a local friend, and that person would always buy their fruit pre-cut, and it would be like $4 for between 4 and 6. I don't remember, but it wasn't cheap. Like, you're definitely paying for a service to get anything pre-cut or whatever. And like, these just look really delicious. And so anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, was that I show gratitude to the mother-daughter duo, and and I found them on Craigslist, since I no longer have a social media, and they have a business license. They're not just someone just doing stuff, I normally don't buy watermelon. Honeydew and cantaloupe are my combination. But like I said, because I was so, well, I wouldn't say sick. I literally thought I was going to die. And I know a lot of people would say, well, why didn't you just go to the hospital? Because I guess the simple way to say it is, because of their policies now that they want to test me for something that I know damn well I don't have, number one. Number two, I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to be stuck with anything that they could easily, you guys can believe whatever the hell you want to believe, I don't care what you believe, but I don't want them sticking me with something or injecting me with something that I didn't ask for. And since that ship has sailed, meaning that trust ship has sailed, you can pretty much forget it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I am a firm believer that our bodies are designed to heal itself. It just takes a little bit more time when you're doing it, I guess you could say, naturally, without some script. So, I also believe that everything happens for a reason. Whether we understand it or we don't understand it, it all happens for a reason. Okay. Well, I have 2 more to go. I have 2 more to go. But I have to start transferring it now to the containers. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to work out because my stomach don't like just anything in it. Like, it just don't agree with it, So, but I'm hoping I'll be okay with the fresh fruit. That's what I'm hoping. And by that, I just simply mean I hope that the honeydew and watermelon will do just fine. I'm also making this video for people who may be busy or just looking for something to push them to get started, So, this is really delicious. I apologize. Oh, I don't apologize. It's a food video. People are gonna taste their food. I guess I apologize for not being able to offer you any, but I'm ecstatic about this because it probably would take you a lot less time to do this because maybe nothing's wrong with your hands, like you don't have pain in your hands and your joints and things like that, but it doesn't take that much. Like I said, if you can pay, I would say minimum $4, but I'm sure it's more for a cup of coffee, then you won't have any problems with, because the coffee is going to go faster than this. Now, I used to drink at the very popular Mermaid coffee shop, but I stopped because I was paying almost $10, and I can't make this shit up. That was no tip included. That's just how much it costs. $10 for a grande frappuccino, and because I used to like drinking their s'mores, so I traded one for the other, and that's when I started getting into juicing. But after I said I paid about $10 for the grande frappuccino, and I traded that for, I'm just gonna call it another poison, basically, I went to the green juice shop where they would make the green juice, and it was working out to be the same price. And I said, I don't know how I'm winning because I'm still paying $10, and if I'm drinking this multiple days a week, that could cost me upwards of $300. So I ended up buying my very first juicer. I still have my juicer, and I started. I got motivated by Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. The first one, the second one was kind of depressing, but the first one, and it's like a reboot. And I think maybe juicing once a week would be a good start. You know, some people can go 60 days. I could make it. I think my husband and I, we did about maybe 2 weeks. And I'm just gonna say 14 days. We did not make the 30-day challenge. It was working, meaning just regular bread smelled delicious, and it wasn't like it was freshly baked in somebody's oven like that day. It was working, but you know, maybe I'll give it a try again. But as I was saying about the $10 frappes, the $10 frappuccinos from the Mermaid plates, I went to the juice store and they would juice it up for me, and the green juice, and it would still cost me about the same. So as I said, it would be about $300 if I did a juice every day. But I found out how to make my own version of the Mean Green green juice, and it was really delicious, and it was very easy. And I picked one of the higher end juicers because I didn't want to be standing over that machine all day trying to clean it. I didn't want nothing soaking. So, and that's why I love that one so much. So, and the machine itself paid for itself, I would say, in about 2 weeks. Like, it paid for itself, because if I was already paying one juice a day and I'm able to make a whole batch of it for the whole week for just the cost of the veggies, since I already had the machine. So, and this is just going to be a stepping stone to get back to what I used to do, you know. And when I say this is not coming from, you know, to make you feel discouraged. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this for myself. Even though I was eating fresh fruits and veggies juice, whether if it was juiced or, oh, that was another reason why we kind of failed on the 30-day challenge, was because in that documentary, they didn't tell us that we could eat the fruit and veggies. You know, if we wanted to just, you know, cut up some fresh cantaloupe, fresh fruit or fresh cucumber, we could eat the veggies. Like, because he was basically promoting to juice it. And I think sometimes being able to nibble on something physical, you know, you will be okay. As I was about to say, that I don't want to discourage anyone that's going through health issues or anything like that. But if you are in the level of pain that I am in every single day, with or without medications, like I said, I was strictly eating just fruits and veggies and plant-based meals, like, you know, like a veggie burger, things like that. But it was supposed to be a clean diet, you know, or defined as clean. The pain did not go away. So some people, I don't know if they're delusional or what the fuck, but I'm just going to share this with you if you didn't already know. I literally suffer from fibromyalgia. I had adenomyosis, which is small non-cancerous tumors in my uterus, endometriosis, so I had both. And I wasn't officially diagnosed with that, medically diagnosed, until I think I was 39, because by my 40th birthday, I had a partial hysterectomy, leaving only my ovaries. But my ovaries were so jacked up, I wanted them gone. And that following year, I was granted that, because the surgeon, who was a cancer specialist, she said, I don't think it's going to make you better. I don't think it's going to necessarily help, but you keep coming back to me even though you don't have cancer. And I was like, well, this is just my personal opinion. It's not alleged. It's just my journey, my story. I believe endometriosis should be defined or characterized as a cancer for the fact that it attaches itself to your organs and it doesn't stay where you would think it would stay. It can spread all the way to your brain. So again, that's that. So, and I had like 6 surgeries. Yeah, 6 surgeries, not minor surgeries. These were major surgeries, and I didn't feel better. So as I said, I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm just saying that it will help you a little bit, but it will definitely help your health, as in you're going to lose weight. If you're not in somebody's drive-through every day, you're going to lose weight. And I also walked on my treadmill. Like I said, I didn't start off walking twice a day, but that's where it ended when I got to where I needed to be. Because I was coming down from 430 pounds, but then after my husband transitioned, I was basically like, fuck it, because I don't know why I'm still here, type shit. So anyways, definitely give it a try and kindly stop giving away your money for something that you could do at home, and you could incorporate this in your children's lives, because if you teach them when they're very young that fruits and vegetables are delicious and nutritious for their soul and their mind and their insides, that it will be easier for them to make better choices as an adult. That way they can pass that on to your future generations. That's it. I'm going to transfer these to the containers and lay down for a little while before the other melons get here. If you found the video useful on any level, kindly like, share, and subscribe if you feel compelled to. Ashe.